Hello everyone, John 12 back here again with another video. Now today I'm going to be talking about another Dragon Ball Z topic. Lately I've been talking a lot about live action Dragon Ball Z, so just for a change of pace I'm going to change it up a bit and talk about a specific other topic. Now as you all know, if you're a Dragon Ball fan, a hardcore Dragon Ball fan, that you would know everything that there is to know about any type of new content into the Dragon Ball mythos, so to speak. And it was introduced months ago. I don't know. I actually completely forgot like how long ago it was. It wasn't that long ago. But Toriyama was interviewed about specific topics post Battle of Gods. He was just giving a general interview. It wasn't anything special. It was just for something. And he basically was getting into like the like overall theory of like Saiyan anatomy and just like Bardock, story of Bardock, and starts to get into details of Goku's mother and introduces not only that the introduction of his mother but also her name, what happened to her, and basically her overall plot. And ever since then all of us have been wondering, what the fuck does she look like? And basically, now I'm here to talk about it because we have officially gotten first look as to what her look is. Now, obviously, if you're watching this video, then you would know that I'm kind of late, seeing as how the first pictures of the drawings of her have already been released online, leaked, so to speak. I know. It's kind of late to make this type of video, but overall, I've been really fucking busy. I've been doing a lot of stuff, and I know it's kind of strange. Coming from John 12, really? You have a life outside making YouTube videos that no one watches? Yes, I do. But just to give my overall thoughts of like how Gine, Goku's mother, the mother of Goku, so to speak. Personally, I don't really have any fault with it. I personally, like most fans, would have liked her to look a lot more Raditz-esque, seeing as how, as we can already tell, majority of all male features and all of Goku's features are based around Bardock. You can tell, like, Raditz kind of has Bardock's face, and Goku has pretty much his physique and hairstyle and overall feelings of Bardock. But when you look closer, when I see Gine, her overall design, I was kind of let down, to tell you guys the truth, just because it just looks a little too like half-assed to me. Like, it kind of felt like Toriyama wasn't trying his hardest. I mean, like, granted, he is the creator, he can do whatever the fuck he wants. I have no fault. It's just, I would have liked her to look at least a little bit more Raditz-esque. I mean, like, I guess you can kind of see it, seeing as how she does have long hair. Not as long as Raditz, ironically, but she does have long hair. And I don't know if anybody else has seen it, but I don't know. To me, she kind of has, like, a slight resemblance to Pan, doesn't she? Like, Pan. Not GT Pan, obviously, but, like, early Pan. Don't they kind of look alike? I don't know. I see it. Like, she kind of just looks like Pan if she grew up and had a Saiyan uniform. She kind of looks like Gine. It's kind of funny and cool. But overall, I have no fault with the new design of Gine. There's been a lot of talk of like introducing her into the anime. She's a part of the mythos now. She's a part of like the legend, the storyline, the official storyline. So, of course, whatever happens. So, if they can make a special out of Bardock, why not make a special out of Gine and her telling of like her side of like what's been going on? But overall, I have no fault with it. I do wish her design would have came out looking a little bit more like Raditz, except like a female Raditz. But overall, I have no fault. She looks alright. I like the little clippets of like images we've been getting of her like being with Bardock and whatnot in her like post Saiyan army. It's kind of interesting, but overall, there's not really anything else I can really say because we haven't gotten like the full like manga yet, so to speak, because it hasn't been released yet. But the first look officially has been leaked, so I had to talk about it. But overall, I have no fault with it. It's pretty interesting and cool. But moving off that, just a quick side note. Does anybody find it interesting and fucked up that Toriyama, with his prequel, the Jocko, doesn't anybody find it interesting that he continues to rewrite history in the Dragon Ball storyline? Like, the prequel, it's a prequel, but it doesn't really have anything to do with Dragon Ball, except it does reference specific characters. And obviously, I think one of the main characters is Bulma's sister. And who knew she had a sister? I don't fucking know. But basically, I find it kind of strange how he continues to rewrite the origin story of Goku coming to Earth and the destruction of his planet and what Bardock and Gine were doing and what the fuck was Vegeta doing. I kind of find that funny. I wonder if anybody else finds it kind of like blasphemous. Like, what are you doing? Like, what is that? Like, because there's only two things. Because based off the images we've been getting from this special, the Dragon Ball Minus bullshit of like the story, because supposedly it's supposed to take place between the time of, I guess, Goku's conception or some shit to him sending him off to Earth, and there's also some clippets of Vegeta and whatnot for some reason, and Frieza, of course. But there's like an image of like Gine and Bardock saying goodbye to Goku as he's going off. And as you can clearly see, and they kind of did this with Gohan too, where they have Goku in a Saiyan uniform. And from the look of it, he's completely conscious. He looks like he's 5 years old. Apparently, in the new writings of Dragon Ball, apparently when a Saiyan is born, he's practically already 5 years old. So I don't know what Toriyama's doing. I guess I'm starting to think he doesn't know what the differences between ages are anymore. I'm starting to think that. Because it's like, from what we've seen of our entire past, Goku is an infant. From the day he was born, he goes. But apparently he's had this entire, like, I don't know, living with his parents. And actually knowing him and being a Saiyan. And completely being conscious. And knowing what he's doing. I don't know what the fuck to say to that, but I don't know. There's some debating that has to go there somewhere. Someone needs to debate that with him. Overall, I just find it strange that Bardock and Gine are at his side during that too, because it's kind of like, I get that she should be sad, and she should be. If there was a movie and she was in it, and her son had to do this and had this entire history, she needs to be sad and she needs to cry. But Bardock obviously has to have a feeling of like regret and pride, because he already knows the inevitability of his time. So obviously he has to feel two things: A, I'm happy that my son's gonna leave and become basically Superman, and two, I'm gonna get fucked like in 2 minutes by Frieza. So obviously there's that. But I'm just talking shit, people. Overall, this video is kind of just a ramble, rant kind of thing. I'm just giving my personal thoughts on the first look at Gine. I'm kind of little tiny bit disappointed, but it's not that big of a deal. Her design's not a complete kill. It's pretty interesting and cool. I don't really know if she's gonna be introduced later on in the official anime or whatever the fuck, or upcoming projects. I don't know. It would be cool, but I have no fucking clue. But on the side note, what do you guys think about this whole prequel thing and this like new version of like the origins of Goku coming to Earth and whatnot and all this other nonsense? I don't know. It's just weird. It's just like, when I think of it, it should be Goku as an infant going to Earth, not Goku looking like he's already like 5 years old and he's like saying, "Mommy, Daddy, I don't want to go." I don't think that should be the way it should be, but I don't know. Somebody needs to debate that with the creator, like, immediately. None of this talking about of whatever. We need to talk about these inconsistencies, sir. But what do you guys think? What are your personal thoughts on Gine? Do you think she looks cool? Are you disappointed with her design? And what do you think of her being introduced into following Dragon Ball Z projects? But that's going to be it, guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video.